Hey, what's up, y'all? So, I was thinking about Aaliyah, and this happens to be the month that on the 25th will be 18 years since she left us. Um, and so I said I was going to start this little video series about my feelings about like where I heard about it the first time, that type of thing. Like I came up with 3 so far, so this is the first one. Yeah, because YouTube, I guess, didn't come around till 2005, maybe. I'm not sure. So, yeah, she had was on the point of making a comeback because I think she took a break for a while. And it's funny because she never mentioned that R. Kelly thing ever. Like she never went back to the past to talk about nothing musically or anything. So she had said she took a break to finish her schoolwork, which I know she graduated with a 4.0, and to be a kid, that type of thing. And so her album was titled Aaliyah, I guess. Right, Adria? It was titled Aaliyah. And so I'd say she was promoting this album for a few months. And man, and it took me back to 106 in Park. Oh my gosh. When AJ and Free was on there, that was the show. And Aaliyah happened to be on there that night. She was like, we're recording the video for Rock the Boat tomorrow, which was Saturday. I was like, oh my gosh. That was so tripping me out. So that was that Friday. Then I was like, well, is she going to the Bahamas and doing a video? And she's like, we probably won't see the video till like October or something like that. And then I remember because the little girl over there at Adria Says was 4 years old, right? The little boy over there, Open Shutter, that's their names on YouTube, by the way. He was like 10 months old, right? I was 24. And it takes me back because she was 22. It was crazy, man. And so he had bad eczema, like a bad flare up, right? So we were going to take him to this, I think it's called nighttime pediatrics or something, where you could take your kid, off his hours. So my mom was like, I'll go with you guys, on that Sunday. And, I guess either, I don't know if she called me or I called her, to check on the time or whatever. We was going to meet up. No, I probably called her. I don't know. That was 18 years ago, yo. But some things you just don't forget. So she was just like, the singer, Aaliyah, she died. I was like, what? What? And I was standing up because that phone was a corded phone. I still had like a landline. I still got it. I still got a landline. Look, y'all, I still got one. So yeah. Oh my God. So imagine. So I'm on phone like this, and she's like, "Yeah, that singer Aaliyah died." I'm like, "What? How? How? What? When? Where?" I feel like I was gonna pass out, y'all. It was the weirdest feeling. Like I had never felt like that before. I'm like, I don't even know this girl, And she was like, she was in a plane crash. I said, what? So I guess my mom didn't know that, like, I liked her like that, And not only that, it was, I came to find Aaliyah. I remember I was in English class, 12th grade, like the fall semester. I think it was fall. And this girl, like, sitting, like, kind of, like, adjacent from me. She had her headphones on. I guess the teacher, she would let us. I never had no headphones in school, but she would let, I guess if we had time to, I don't know. So the girl was like, yeah, I'm listening to Back and Forth by Aaliyah. I was like, what? So then, you start to hear her on the radio and stuff like that. I was like, okay. And I always had this fascination by her hair, And, at that time, I wasn't thinking nothing about no R. Kelly thing. I didn't think nothing was weird about it until not too long ago. I looked up some old clips, how they was dressing alike and stuff. I was like, yeah, that was weird. Poor girl. She, so I guess we all knew Aaliyah for about 7 years. That's what I'm guesstimating, because it was like 1994 to 2001, and then she took that time off in between. So, when she took that time off between, she came back. She was a little bit more girlier. She still had that little edge to her, but she did Romeo Must Die. She did Queen of the Damned when she didn't really finish that one. And then I found out that I knew they had booked her for The Matrix, right? Like the sequels. She actually filmed some of those. So I got to find that. Like, they said they had, they recasted her with Nona Gay, Marvin Gaye's daughter. And I think that her character name is Z or something like that. But they said, like, I guess if you get the DVD, she's on the extra. Aaliyah's on the extra, the bonus footage or whatever. I was like, oh no, I didn't know that.
I never really watched it.
Matrix, I was into it. Sci-fi is my thing. I like the first one. I believe Jada Pinkett was in one of them. But yeah, so man, that messed with me so, like, for a long, I would say for years. That messed with me. And it seemed like now it's like either a couple of times a year or once a year, I like really go in there and look at her old footage. She has so much footage. They have the BET Access Granted, which is really deep, is, they show her filming Rock the Boat, which is really like, and the things she went through to film that, especially the underwater scene, which I had no idea. They had her with this breathing regulator thing, and she's like, I can't do it. And she said, I had to hold my breath under 15 feet of water. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Nope.
So then come to find out, right, that they didn't know if they was going to put that video out. I was like, man, we would have missed some treasures. That is a good video. And I'm like, man. And then I guess, she filmed, I guess she had already filmed More Than a Woman and stuff, because all that came out like after, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they put the stuff.
Oh, right, they put in memory and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh. And that still messes with me when I see that in memory. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then, so I'm reading again, because I couldn't sleep again last night, on the Wikipedia, about how they were saying the bodyguard, it was just a big dude. He survived the crash. And he was on, like, he was worried about her. I was like, oh my gosh. And then he died. I was like, oh my gosh. So they said the plane was overweight, right? Because they had all this equipment on there. They said when they first went over there, the plane was a little bit bigger than the one they left on. So I guess they wasn't thinking that. And then they said it was an extra passenger that shouldn't have been on there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then they said the pilot, right, wasn't really a pilot. Like he was a beginning pilot. He faked all his hours, his flight hours in the logbook or whatever. And he also had cocaine in his system, right? So they were saying that if he was a pilot, he would have told them, we can't fly this plane. It's overweight. It's overloaded. It was overloaded by 700 pounds, they said.
God.
700 pounds.
It was dinky, too.
It's a little plane. A Cessna. Or whatever you call them things. Twin engine. 700 pounds. So that thing went up and said, poop. It said, That's how it went. And then they said she had a blow to the head, which who knows, the equipment hit her or the ground, and they said she was badly burned. I said, oh my gosh. And then they said some of the bodies were severely burned. I said, get out of here. And they had to take all the bodies to the morgue over there in Nassau for their family to come and identify. Oh. Because I remember seeing the bodyguard. They had footage of the bodyguard on the gurney out there. And I said, oh, he still look like he ate. I mean, from the outside, the inside probably just all tore up, just bleeding internally. And they said that the coroner said she had a weak heart. I mean, anybody will have a weak heart. You go up, chill, and shock. So I had to look up shock because I hear about shock. I watched ER, I watched all the doctor shows. I don't know nothing about no shock. It says when, let me get the exact thing. It's like something when all your body, like, it doesn't get the oxygen. I didn't even know that. I had no idea. I was like, let me look this up for a change. It says an acute medical condition associated with a fall in blood pressure caused by such events as loss of blood, severe burns, bacterial infection, allergic reaction, emotional stress, and marked by cold, pallid skin, irregular breathing, rapid pulse, and dilated pupils. He died of shock due to massive abdominal hemorrhage. So I never really knew, like, because they said she was in shock. I'm like, what? Yeah. So your blood pressure drops. I don't know.
Oh, like diabetes.
That too, I guess. Well, I think that's called ketosis. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But girl. And then Rashad, her brother, which her older brother, it was just the two of them. He was saying that this was the first. He thought it was really weird that this was the first. He didn't say weird. I don't know what word he used. Something like that. This was the first video that they weren't on the set for. Like the mom, the dad, or him. Nobody was on the set, right? Because he said he was with some friends. Like he had a trip with his friends in Australia or something like that. And then his mom had just had eye surgery. So I know when you have eye surgery, I know you can't fly because it's pressure or something. Right? So he said, he was like, and then he said his dad was taking care of the mom. And then he was saying like the mom was kind of like, this was finally the year they were kind of just going to let her like do her thing solo, without her parents and
Grow up.
brother. Yeah, they want. Yeah. He said, okay, this is what he said. October 2001. It really boggles everyone that from day one, every single video she's ever shot, there's always been myself or my mother or father there. The circumstances surrounding the last video were really strange because my mother had eye surgery and couldn't fly. That really bothered her because she always traveled. My dad had to take care of my mom. And I went to Australia to visit some friends. We really couldn't understand why we weren't there. You ask yourself, maybe we could have stopped it. But you can't really answer the question. There's always going to be that question of why. Her friend Kadada Jones said the last year of her life, her parents had given her more freedom. And she had talked about wanting a family. She wanted to have a family, and we talked about how we couldn't wait to kick back with our babies. I know.
She ain't had no kids.
Kadada ain't had no kids yet? Oh.
No, she looked like she stayed in the house.
Oh, but she probably scared. She traumatic. You said she was with Tupac, right?
Last one to be with Tupac.
She
Her
lost
mom.
Tupac and her mom. Oh no. What?
I was like,
What was wrong with her mom? She had cancer or something?
I think so. What's her name? Peggy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she had severe shock and a weak heart. And it said if she hadn't survived the crash, her recovery would have been nearly impossible.
What?
Because of the severity of her injuries. Yep, overweight by 700 pounds.
Oof.
Oh. The airplane was seen lifting off the runway and then nose down.
Oh.
Like I said, horrible.
I just want to know how you get in the air in the first place.
How did he get in the air? That's right. Right. That thing shouldn't even have to lift it off the ground.
Right.
Oh, y'all. This thing bothered me so bad. It still does. Yeah. So yeah, this is my segment on, I guess that's all I wanted to say. Still thinking about her 18 years later. I can't believe it's 18 years. I think, she would have been huge up in these streets. She would have been, because, Destiny's Child came out after she did. So I remember Beyonce was interviewing her at the MTV. So she would have been, up there. I know it. Like, oh, that just bothers me so bad. And then she's probably just thinking, why is everybody bothered by me? I'm living it's probably like I'm free.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the thought of when the things that happen to people. Your Aunt Doreen was talking about, she was on Facebook last night. She was like, check on your loved ones, right? She said this man got hit right here on NBA, right in front of the NBA and ran over by multiple cars.
What?
And I guess she talked about, I don't know if she got out or what. She said the police said there was no signs of life. You know how the people be walking across the street? I'm like, oh my, I can't, like.
Oh yeah, that one dude almost hit.
Well, that was in the daylight. This was at nighttime.
Oh.
This was last night.
Oh.
Night. Like, when we went to sleep, it was late, right? So the post was 3 hours before that. So it was probably like 12 o'clock. It was dark. People be walking, their clothes is dark. You can't see. Wear something. And be careful when you're crossing the street. Oh my gosh. Now see, that would have jacked me up for life. I just said thinking about stuff now. If I'm actually in a situation, I hit somebody, I'm done.
I mean, it's not your fault.
I know, but
it's a kid's fault that walked across the street.
Well, she said it was a man, So, but anyways, y'all, yeah, I guess that's all I really wanted to say. She was, man, she was on to something. She's glowed up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't nothing wrong with her before, but y'all know what I'm saying.
You know, you grow up.
Yeah, she's grow up. She got her. You hear the lyrics to them songs, "Rock the Boat." I was like, what? And she probably was over it. She probably was never over that stuff with R. Kelly. I don't know. I said maybe that's why he in trouble now, for real. I don't know. I don't know. He finally got they finally got justice for him, I guess. I don't even know what's happening with that case right now. I just heard he got in trouble again for something. All right, y'all. Let me know if you ever you like Aaliyah, and what do you think about this subject? All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.